Hey guys, I'm here. This is Juan Mattioli, and I'm here with my first ever Galaxy Eyes deck profile. And I just wanted to kind of go through my profile I used for regionals, LA regionals. Um, it was pretty decent. It did pretty good against some of the tier one decks. I almost beat PK Fire with this deck, and I think it's really good. The only problem is it is kind of bricky sometimes, but definitely we can fix it with more support in the future, or you can make like a Blue Eyes Galaxy build. But I'm definitely going to show you my build so that you guys can maybe get an idea. For all of you that are trying to think of a good Galaxy build that's pretty fast and uh, not so um, not so bricky. So I'm going to be showing you the cards we're going to be using for here. So first thing we're going to start off with our 3 Galaxy Eyes. I run 3. I mean, this is the main card of the deck. Some people like to run 2, some people like to run 3, but for me personally, I love to run 3 of these cards. So I definitely think 3 is a very good number for Galaxy Eyes. Next I like to run is 3 Galaxy Soldiers. Soldier, I mean, he's just probably one of the best cards in this deck, honestly. He is the card. Honestly, this is probably one of the reasons I like this deck so much. He's so easy. You know, you send a Galaxy card to the graveyard, and then you could special him, and then use effect to either look for another Galaxy Soldier or another Galaxy Monster card, so that you can pretty much make infinity or things like that, you know? So definitely 3 Soldiers is a must. Next thing I like to run 3 of is Galaxy Wizards. Galaxy Wizard is just a really good card. It's a searchable card. Let's say first turn you have a really good, you got galaxies in your hand, and you also have other light monsters. He's an easy card that you can summon, use the effect to pop, and then search for a soldier, you know, to get your infinity plays in there in the first turn. Or another thing you could do is pop him to look for a galaxy card, maybe like Galaxy Expedition or Galaxy Cyclone. It's really up to you, but it's a really good card to use for this deck. The other card I like to run is 2 Galaxy Knights. 2, the reason I run 2 is because I've tried 3, I tried 1, but I think 2 is really good just because 3 is really bricky, it's just not worth it, and 2 is just right. With this card, you know, it brings back Galaxy, you know, infinity, and you can do the play with Soldier. You know, you could pop, you can do, if you have these cards in your hand, you can easily do, you can do this play, you know, Soldier, special, pop, you know, discard this, special this, and then normal this to bring out this in defense, and then there you go, you can already overlay into your first level 8 with this card. So definitely Galaxy Knight is a very good card if you want to make a Galaxy deck. The next thing I like to run is Galaxy Cloud Dragon. I just like to run one of these just because I don't really think, some people like to run 3, some people like to run 2, but it's just good at 1 just because it's a good card if you have a Galaxy Eyes Dragon in your graveyard, or if you have it in your hand and you want to special it. You know, this is a great card, especially if you have any of the Exceed monsters in your graveyard and you want to bring them back. This is a great card because not only can you bring them back with him, you could also pretty much, you know, if they have no material, you can attach this as material. So definitely 1 Galaxy Eyes Cloud Dragon. I run 1 Gem Knight Tourmaline. I only run, you know, I'm not so sure about the Gem Knight engine just because, like, it's good. I definitely agree that the Gem Knights, just to have that extra normal summon, because it does come in handy every now, and sometimes you kind of get bricky hands, and you know, you can use the Gem Knights to kind of get rid of some cards to your graveyard, because you have a lot of graveyard support cards in this deck. So I definitely like to run the Gem Knight engine with this. I run 2 Divine Lord Felgrants. This card is just, it's amazing. It's a good card. It's a game winner in my opinion. You know, it's a level 8, so you could do a trade in with this. You can also bring it back from the graveyard with return, and he banishes cards and gains attack. And then if you destroy a monster during battle phase, his effect you can use his effect to, bring back a Galaxy Eyes or another dragon from our graveyard. Or even if you're going against Blue Eyes, you can just bring back a Blue Eyes from your opponent's graveyard. So this is a really good card against those Blue Eye matchups. And Divine Lord Felgrand is just a great card, so definitely use that card. 2 Effect Veilers, just because Effect Veiler is a great card. You have to run this card, to stop things like Mermails, just effects that are special summoning, things like that. So Effect Veilers are a must. And they're light monsters, so you can definitely use them to special summon Soldier as well. I just run 1 Arcbrave dragon. The reason I just run, I used to run 2, but honestly, it's really bricky because he's a level 7, and sometimes I'll have like a trade-in, and I'll have 2 Arcbraves, or I'll draw into another Arcbrave, and then it's pretty much game. I can't do anything. So that's why I think he's just good at 1. If you draw him, you can get rid of him with Soldier and stuff, but he's typically a card you don't want to draw your first turn right away. I play 2 Barrier Statues of Heaven. I'm thinking of siding this card just against maybe like BAs. Matchups that pretty much are not like Blue Eyes or something. Pretty much anything that doesn't use light monsters, maybe like heroes. Just because this card stops them from special summoning other monsters other than lights. This wouldn't hurt me because my deck's pretty much light monsters. So this is a great card to use. I play 1 Electromagnetic Turtle. This is a really handy card just because sometimes I'll get rid of this card and my graveyard's so huge at the end that my opponents just completely forget about this card and they'll try to attack me for OTK, and then I'll just use this, and then their battle phase is over, and then next turn I come back with a really good play. So this is definitely a good card because it's also a light monster. I play 1 Guardian of Order. This is a great card just because you special summon so much light monsters. If you have two or more light monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand, and he's a level 8. So imagine me bringing back Galaxy Eyes and then special summoning this guy. I can overlay for level 8. It's a good overlaying card. Now we're gonna move on to my magics. I play 3 Return of the Dragonlords. This card is just, you have to run this card in this deck. I mean, the deck's all about graveyard. You want to bring back your dragons. So this is definitely a good card, and you banish it to protect your dragons from being destroyed. So definitely 3 Return of the Dragonlords. I also played 3 Trade-ins, draw power. I mean, what else can I say? This is dragon deck, level 8s. It's pretty much like Blue Eyes. So next thing I play is 2 of Galaxy Expeditions. This card is super good, super good. If you are going to run Galaxy, you need this card. This card is just perfect because if you have your Galaxy Soldier and you want to bring out, Galaxy Eyes, or let's say you don't have the cards you need to special summon Galaxy Soldier, this card would help you. What I like to do is bring out Wizard, use effect to add Expedition to special. So pretty much this is a great card to use combos with. 1 Galaxy Cyclone. It's a good card. I mean, the only reason I only play 1 of this is just because it's searchable. With Wizard, maybe you're going against Monarchs, or you're going against Pendulums, and you just want to get rid of some cards. Galaxy Cyclone's perfect, because it targets a set spell or trap. Then if it goes to the graveyard next turn, you can banish it to destroy a face-up spell or trap. Now moving on to my 1-ups. I play 1 Soul Charge, 1 MST, 1 Brilliant Fusion, 1 Galaxy Zero, and 1 Reasoning. Galaxy Zero is really good, but I prefer using this card to bring back level 8 monsters to Exceed, or I like to use it to bring back a Galaxy Exceed monster just because those monsters can be overlaid again. And Reasoning, just to, first turn your opponent, just say Reasoning, and most of the time your opponent's going to guess level 4s, and most of your cards in your deck are either level 5s, level 8s, so it won't be that easy to guess for this deck. And then Brilliant Fusion to bring out Gem Knight, Sapphire, things like that. So, and then Soul Charge, bring back from your grave. Next thing you want to play is Vanity's Emptiness. This card is great, but it can hurt you too, just because special summoning is all about this deck. That's all it is about, and you definitely want to use Vanity's Emptiness. After you do your plays, then you'd want to activate this so that you can stop your opponents. This stops a lot of decks, so I definitely would want to run this, but maybe you could side it out for other cards. And my last trap cards is 3 Solemn Strikes. Just these cards are great, a lot of pendulums, monster effects, things like that. You definitely want to use this card against those kind of decks. Like, it's the best cards you can use. And now moving on to my extra deck, I play 1 Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon. He's a great card for this deck just because you can steal monsters from your opponent's side and OTK. One of the things I like to do is, especially against BAs, is just to steal Dante and overlay him, or F-Zero, steal him, overlay him with a Galaxy monster. So this card is really good, and I definitely think, but I think 1 is just good for now. I don't think people need to run more than 1 at the time. Next thing I run is number 95, Galaxy Dark Matter. Just a great card, just to get rid of cards in your graveyard. I like to do the Arc Brave, send Arc Brave, Felgrand, and Galaxy, just to have those 3 in the graveyard, and then banish 3 monsters of your opponents. So this card's really good for this deck. Number 62, Galaxy Prime. He is a game winner. Honestly, this card, he's perfect to win games. If you have this card, he will literally gain so much attack. So I could bring out Infinity, another Exceed, and this is pretty much game, So this card is really good. Number 46, Dragaloon, Dragon Knight, Felgrand. These 2 cards, of weights. 2 full armors. If I steal a card, Exceed, I can just overlay a full armor. Or if I just want to pop monsters, full armors. Number 23, Lancelot. This card's great just because, you want to attack your opponent directly, also negates card effects. So he's a great card to have level 8 monster. Gem Knight, Seraph Knight. Brilliant Fusion. Uses to get another normal summon, so I like this build. Number 61, Volcasaurus. Great card to pop. A level 5 monster, just another choice. Number 38, Hope Harbinger. This card is really good for lockdown. Sometimes I do like an Infinity and Titanic lockdown, and people just, it makes people want to quit just because this is a crazy lockdown. So if you have this and Infinity out, I mean, I've done it many times. I've done this, and I like to call it the ultimate lockdown. But some people can get over it, but it's a pretty difficult lockdown to get over. So you definitely want to run 1 of him. Next thing I like to run is my Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. I don't really summon him that much, but he's a great card. But I think I'd probably switch him out for something pretty soon. But he's just kind of an unexpected card. So I wouldn't really summon him unless maybe you go against BAs or something, because he has an effect against Exceeds. Next card I like to run is my Queen Dragoon Dijin, level 4, just in case I have my Galaxy Soldiers. I mean, not my Galaxy Soldiers, my Galaxy Wizards, and I want to overlay them for a level 4. And this card is great to special summon dragons. And finally, I might play my Cyber Dragon Nova and Infinity. You have to have Infinity with this deck. It's super easy to bring it out first turn, so I definitely recommend this card. And I mean, it's not even that expensive anymore now that it came out from the new tin. So I definitely get this set if you want to build a Galaxy. And for the extra deck, I play 2 Imperial Walls and 2 Anti-Spell Fragrances against Pendulums, 2 Gamma Seals, 2 Flying Seas, 2 Ghost Ogres, 3 Myru Drakus, and 2 Typhoons for my extra deck. So yeah, that's pretty much my build for this deck. be free to try it out. You know, like the best thing I can say is uh, just mess around with it, see how you like it. I think it's a pretty decent build, but there's definitely better things out there. Maybe putting in some Honest, sighting in them in maybe, but definitely try out this deck and see how it goes for you. Maybe for the statues, instead of having statues, you could run some Honests instead of the statues, inside statues in against like other decks. But that's my profile for Galaxies. I hope you guys liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you guys want to see another deck profile of mine. Maybe you guys want to see some of the other decks I built and try them out. But just give a like, thumbs up, and leave a comment below. Thanks.